Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Tonight from Mead High School, another Tri-Valley League contest. It's a doubleheader tonight as the Fort Morgan Mustangs take on the Mead Mavericks. I'm John Beltran. A long losing streak will be broken tonight here in Longmont. Fort Morgan Mustangs at the bottom of the Tri-Valley, 1-2 in league play, 5-15 overall. They've lost 6 in a row. Mead is 2-10 in the Tri-Valley, 5-14 overall. They have lost 8 straight. In fact, their last win came nearly a month ago when they defeated Fort Morgan in Fort Morgan 39-37. So this should be a very, very competitive game tonight, as it was in Fort Morgan earlier this season. Now to the Mustangs starting lineup. They, of course, go with senior Maddie Griffith, along with Allie Christensen, Whitney Frasco, Lauren Keller, all juniors, as well as Autumn Wheatley. So Frasco, Christensen, Keller, Griffith, and Wheatley for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. The leading scorer for Mead, averaging over 8 points a game, is senior Abby Glynn. And she's going to be on the court there with junior center at 6 feet, Maddie Muntz. Along with 5'5" sophomore Savannah Gribbling. A sophomore in Haley Martinez. And the final member of that starting lineup is senior forward Sarah Cloak. So Gribbling, Martinez, Muntz, Glenn, and Cloak. Opening tip tonight is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. We know that things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance in Brush and Fort Morgan. The Mavericks wearing their home whites and the Mustangs in their road blacks. And let's see, it'll be Christensen. Jumping center for Fort Morgan. Mead still in the huddle along the side. And again, the winner of this game will snap a long losing streak and will claim their 6th victory of the year. With only 2 games remaining after tonight in the regular season for the Mustangs, still with a shot to make the playoffs. They were 38th in the RPI going to their game against Skyline, which unfortunately for them was a 20-point loss at home on Tuesday. It will be the leading scorer, Abby Glynn, against Christensen at midcourt to begin the first half of the doubleheader, with a boys game to follow at 7 o'clock. And the tip is controlled by Mead on the outside right, dribbling towards the top of the basketball. Back on the high left now to Haley Martinez. Martinez left-handed dribble, jump pass back out to Muntz. Maddie Muntz near the top over here to Sarah Cloak. Everybody's touching it. Right wing 3 is good, though. That's made by Haley Martinez, wide open on the right side. There comes Griffith the other way on the outside right to Christensen. Back on the high left to Keller. Left corner, here's Autumn Wheatley dribbling to her right. The bounce pass near the timeline to Keller. Maintains the dribble. Left of the free throw line. Back on the high right to Griffith. Right corner, Christensen. Wide open 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is rebounded by Maddie Muntz of Mead. There's the outlet to Gribbling. Crossing midcourt, picked up by Griffith. On the outside right now with the basketball is Abby Glynn. Glenn kicks it back out straight away to Cloak and stripped away by Autumn Wheatley. Then Wheatley tried to control the basketball in the front court, lost it out of bounds as the teams exchange turnovers. And it will be Mead basketball leading 3-0, 1 minute into the game. And across the timeline on the outside right is going to be Haley Martinez. Back out to Glenn. Glenn looking for Griebling. She's double teamed along the baseline. She's got to get rid of the basketball. Does. Cross court over there to Muntz. Now on the left wing, here is Haley Martinez, who's got the only points of the game. Back out to Savannah Griebling now. Playing catch there with Martinez. Now to Griebling. On the high right to Glenn. In the right corner, here is Cloak dribbling to her left. Picks up the dribble. Feeds it back out to the top to Griebling. Down low to Glenn. In the lane. Kicks it back out. Left wing. Martinez 3. And it's off the front of the rim. And there's a tie for the rebound between Glenn and Wheatley. Possession arrow Fort Morgan. And the Mustangs will come the other way down 3-0. 6:22 to go in the opening quarter from Longmont. Saturday, the Mustangs will host Frederick, and then a week from tomorrow, the regular season finale in Johnstown against Roosevelt. Wheatley on the high right, still looking. Bounce pass back out to Griffith, right at the free throw line, dribbling towards the right baseline. Jump pass is tipped away. I think it was intended for Frasco, and it's intercepted. And we got a whistle and a traveling violation at midcourt there by Glenn. Both teams with 2 turnovers. It'll be Fort Morgan basketball. Keller just beyond midcourt to trigger it in. Well, right in front of the scorer's table. Keller to throw it in to Matty Griffith, who will set up the offense for the Mustangs. Griffith picked up by Griebling. Jump pass to Keller, off her left hand out of bounds, and that's the issue that the Mustangs have had all season. They've already got 3 turnovers in the first 2 minutes. They got to clean that up. And here's Savannah Griebling. She's going to have to find Martinez, front court. Now Glenn free throw line now. Left baseline, Maddie Muntz, 15-footer is no good. Hit the side of the backboard, and it's picked up by Whitney Frasco. There's the outlet to Griffith. Griffith right of the lane all the way. Has a shot blocked out of there by Martinez. And Martinez comes away with the basketball. Martinez, right-handed dribble into the front court, picked up by Griffith, dribbling to her right. Overhead pass straight away to Griebling. Now down low in the lane is Glenn. All the way, puts it up and in. Got the rim, and she scores. Abby Glenn has given Mead a 5-0 lead. 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. Maddie Griffith on the high right, back out to Wheatley. Wheatley to Maddie Griffith straight away. Left corner, Christensen. She'll take the 3, and that is an air ball. And the ball is picked up on the bounce over there by Maddie Muntz. Muntz over to Martinez. Martinez near the top. Swings it left side for Savannah Griebling. Free throw line for Glenn. Jump pass down low for Muntz. Dribbles, puts it up, and that's short. And then Glenn picks it up, and she misses off the back of the rim. And then the ball is loose, and Maddie Griffith has the basketball for Fort Morgan. Mustangs still scoreless here with 4:45 to go in the first quarter, down 5-0. Wheatley, bounce pass in the lane to Keller, and we have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is committed by Abby Glenn. Here comes Allie Bauman for Fort Morgan. Allie Christensen will take a seat on the bench, and Griffith to throw it in. A 3-pointer by Haley Martinez and a 2-point shot by Glenn. There's the jump pass into Lauren Keller, straight away to Wheatley. Wheatley against Griebling, had the ball stripped away, got it back, stripped away again, and stolen. Here's Griebling ahead of the field, lays it up and in. The Mustangs with 4 turnovers. And that was, unfortunately, a little bit too careless with the basketball. 7-0, 4:19 to go, timeout. We'll keep it right here with the Mustangs down early, 7-0 against a team on an 8-game losing streak. It's a 30-second timeout. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. That's Equitable Savings and Loan. Check them out at Equitable Savings and Loan. Follow us on Twitter at B106. And we've seen slow starts by the Mustangs before, and then they get right back into the game. But can they sustain any momentum? That's been the issue at times. Sustaining momentum. Bauman, Frasco, Keller, Griffith, and Wheatley for Fort Morgan. Same starting 5 out there. For Mead, they've yet to make a substitution. Bauman in the left corner with a basketball. Back out to Keller. Keller on the high left, dribbling towards the top. Swings it right side to Griffith. Bounce pass near the corner. Here's Autumn Wheatley. Dribbles by 2. Bounce pass cross court to Keller in the lane. All the way, scoops it up, and the layup is missed. It's a little bit short. And the rebound is pulled away by Maddie Muntz. It's a 2-on-1. Glenn traveled. Boy, nice defense there on the back end by Fort Morgan. 3rd turnover by Mead. Here comes Clementina Numero-Longo into the game for the Mustangs for Whitney Frasco. We played half of the first quarter. The Mustangs are still looking for their first points. And Maddie Griffith will dribble across the timeline on the high right to Wheatley. Wheatley picks up the dribble. Bounce pass straight away to Griffith. Griffith dribbling towards the right baseline. Overhead pass towards Keller. Tipped out of bounds by Glenn. near midcourt. That's where the Mustangs will throw it in. 3:46 to go in the first. It's Mead 7, Fort Morgan nothing. Here comes Emma Wolf, and she'll supplant Lauren Keller. So 3 substitutions made in the early going here by Coach Elrick. The inbounds pass over to Griffith. Griffith against Savannah Gribbling. Cross-court pass intercepted. That was telegraphed. Here's Glenn over to Griebling, and the little 10-footer's no good on the left side. Rebound to Glenn. They reset the offense. That's her second rebound. On the left wing with the basketball is Cloak. Now straight away is Griebling. Bounce pass free throw line for Glenn. Double team. Back out to Cloak. 12-footer. Yes. On the left side. About 12 to 13 feet away for Sarah Cloak. And it's a 9-0 lead for Mead. 3:15 to go in the opening quarter in Longmont. On the outside left, Bauman. Then she threw a pass intended for Wheatley, I guess, in the corner, but that was well off by about 1.5 feet. Goes out of bounds. 6 turnover for the Mustangs. And Mead comes the other way. Maddox Boston about to come into the game along with Mary Mayer. On the outside right, Savannah Griebling with the basketball, maintains the left-handed dribble. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and Mead is up 9-0. Abby Glenn on the high right at the top now for Cloak, who just scored. Chest pass, high right for Martinez. Lob down low for Glenn. Turns, shoots, and scores. Boy, it sat on the lip of the rim after clanking off the backboard first. 11-0 Mead. 2:36 to go, first quarter. Bauman cross-court pass in the corner for Wolf. She'll take the 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And Glenn grabs her third rebound for Mead. And then Glenn double dribbled. Well, there's a reason that Mead has been struggling lately. They've committed some turnovers here. Mary Marr and Maddox Boston into the game. Maddie Griffith is out. Allie Christensen back in. Fort Morgan needs some scoring desperately here. They're being shut out with 2:29 to go in the first. Again, trailing 11-0. With a basketball in the right corner is Wolf. Maintains the dribble. Back out to Wheatley. And we have a traveling violation on the Mustangs. Turnover number 7 for Fort Morgan. And here comes Maddox Boston the other way for Mead. Bounce pass in the high right. Over to Muntz. Straight away to Cloak. Cloak against Numeralago. Back on the high right. Here's Mary Marr. Marr against Wolf. Left-handed dribble. Maintains a dribble. Back out to her right. Swings it right side for Muntz. With 2 minutes to go. Lob down low. Off a hand of a Mead Maverick and intercepted by Autumn Wheatley. Turnover number 5 for Mead. Wheatley will set up the offense. On the high left here is Allie Bauman. Bounce pass to Wheatley. Wheatley takes a 3-pointer, and that's off the front of the rim. Missed it straight away. And a rebound and a hop to Mary Marr. Marr will be met by Wolf near the top of the 3-point circle. Swings it left side for Glenn. 1:32 to go in the opening quarter. Fort Morgan down 11-0. Cloak right to the free throw line. Back out to Marr, guarded by Wolf. Lob down low for Muntz. She turns, she banks, and she scores over Allie Christensen. Maddie Muntz with her first points. 13-0 Mead. 1:13 to go in the opening quarter. Here's Emma Wolf in the left corner. Bumped over there, no whistle. Maintains the dribble, though. Bounce pass into the lane to Wheatley. Head fake, puts it up, and she's fouled as she misses. Nice head fake there by Autumn Wheatley. Let's see, the Mustangs can get on the board here with 1:06 to go in the opening quarter. And the foul was committed by Mary Marr. And to the line is Autumn Wheatley, a junior. With 1:06 to go in the opening quarter, the free throw is in. Free throw brought to you by Cargill Mead Solutions. They work with the community to make sure there are jobs for the members of the communities. They're in Cargill Mead Solutions. 13-1. Second free throw is up, and that's in. Let's see, the board is stuck on 0, though. There we go. Well, they got the 2 free throws up there. 13-2. Haley Martinez back in for Mead. We've got 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. Left-handed dribble Boston. Left of the lane. She puts up a floater. It's up and short. And the rebound grabbed by Allie Christensen of Fort Morgan. Christensen with her first board. Outlet to Bauman on the outside left to Wolf. Wolf left-handed dribble. Picks up the dribble. On the right wing to Keller. Back into the game. In the lane. Little 8-footer. Yes! Straight away for Lauren Keller. Nice move. She found the seam. And the Mustangs have scored the last 4 points of the game. 13-4 Mead. 35 seconds to go in the first. Mary Marr dribbling right baseline. Marr spinning it back out on the outside right to Martinez. She'll retreat towards midcourt with 28 seconds to go. Guarded by Keller on the outside left. With the basketball is Maddie Muntz into the lane to Boston. She banks and scores to the left of the basket. She cut beautifully to the hole. And that's 6 in the scoring column already for Mead. 15-4. 14 seconds to go in the first. Lauren Keller dribbles towards the top, and there's a foul on Maddox Boston. She was bumping Keller. Foul number 3 on Mead. The Mustangs have not committed a foul in the opening quarter. And Keller to throw it in, 3/4 court, straight away to Wolf with 9 seconds to go. Bounce pass to Bauman with 7. Bauman on the high right with 6, picks up the dribble, straight away Christensen. She'll take the 3, and that's off to the left. And the rebound is into the hands of Maddie Muntz, and that's the end of the opening quarter. It's Mead 15, Fort Morgan 4. Let's take a 60-second break. We're back in 1 minute on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. John Beltran back at Mead High School, 15-4 Mead as we go to the second quarter in the first of 2. Abby Glenn to Haley Martinez. Right wing 3 is in and out, and the Mustang rebound is in the hands of Maddie Griffith, her second board, out there with Keller, Christensen, Destiny Pelton into the game, and Emma Wolf. Straight away, Griffith lob down low for Wolf, but she's trapped over there, has to dribble out of traffic. Bounce pass into Pelton. She banks and scores. That's a nice move in the lane for Destiny Pelton. Mustangs on a 6-2 run, but they did spot Mead 13 points. 15-6, 7:19 to go before the break. On the outside left is Muntz. Straight away now into the game for the first time, Bailey Odell. Out there with Martinez, Savannah Gribbling, and Abby Glenn. Glenn with the basketball, guarded closely by Keller. And the Mustangs can be more aggressive defensively without committing a foul in the opening quarter. Lob down low for Muntz, double team, slams into Keller, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That's great defense by Lauren Keller. And Maddie Muntz commits her first foul. Boy, if Fort Morgan plays defense like that, they can get right back into this game, trailing by 9, a minute into the second quarter. And Maddie Griffith for Fort Morgan with a basketball with a crossover dribble against Savannah Gribbling on the outside right to Christensen. Straight away to Griffith. Now on the high right to Christensen. Now to Griffith. Left wing to Keller. Lob down low for Wolf. Off her hand. She retrieves it in the corner, but she's trapped. Her pass tipped up Destiny Pelton. She's double teamed. Back out to Wolf in the corner. They got to get rid of it. To Pelton. Now to Keller. Keller in the lane. Puts up a runner off the glass. No good. And the ball is out of bounds. It is off of Emma Wolf. That'll be Mead basketball. Checking into the game is Sarah Cloak. And she replaces Maddie Muntz. 15-6 Mead. We got 6:28 to go, second quarter. In Longmont. Bauman getting ready to check in for the Mustangs. Haley Martinez on the high right. Back out to Glenn. Glenn against Keller. Lob at the top for Odell. Odell left side for Martinez. Picked up by Wolf. Right-handed dribble. Wolf right there for Fort Morgan. Bounce pass on the high left to Sarah Cloak. Now wide open is Gribbling, but picked up by Griffith. Left of the lane. Now she's going to have to dribble it back out. Feeds it to Martinez just across the timeline. They're going a little bit backwards. And the pass to Bailey Glenn, I should say, or Abby Glenn, is right off her chest out of bounds. Turnover number 6 for Mead. Here comes Bauman replacing Wolf. In the opening quarter, Abby Glenn led Mead with 4 points, but they have not scored in the first 2+ minutes of the second quarter. Lauren Keller at the top, right side to Griffith. Pulls up from 15, and that's off the back of the rim, and the ball is rebounded by Abby Glenn. That's her 4th rebound. There's the outlet to Martinez. Mustangs need shots a little bit closer to the basket. They're not hitting outside in the early going. On the outside left, Odell holding the ball up high. Back out to Gribbling. Gribbling to her right. Guarded by Griffith. Right side to Martinez with a left-handed dribble against Allie Bauman. On the high left to Odell, guarded by Pelton, dribbles by Pelton, pulls up from 10, and that's an air ball, and Lauren Keller lets the ball go out of bounds. Mustang basketball, and again, good defense by Fort Morgan here in the first 2 minutes and 36 seconds of the second. They do trail 15-6. Keller gets it into Griffith. Met near midcourt by Gribbling, now to Keller. Keller on the outside left towards the top, right side to Griffith. Pass down low to Christensen, turn, shoots, and scores in the right baseline. Boy, Griffith rifled it to Christensen, but she caught that and then turned and scored. A little 5-footer. The Mustangs to within 7, 15-8. 5 minutes to go before halftime. Glenn on the outside right over to Sarah Cloak. Christensen backing off the offensive player. Now straight away to Gribbling. And now we got a whistle, offensive foul. An offensive foul called on Mead. And that is called on Haley Martinez. Boy, this is incredible that we have played 11 minutes and 9 seconds, and Fort Morgan has not committed a single foul, and Mead has 5. Again, the Mustangs can get even more aggressive now. Forget about anybody in foul trouble. Nobody with even a single foul. Into the front court, Bauman with the basketball. Bounce pass on the outside right to Griffith. Dribbles towards the right baseline. Picks up the dribble. Backs out to Bauman. Bauman to Griffith in the corner. Penetrates right baseline, and she was on the baseline. Fort Morgan had 7 turnovers in the opening quarter. That's their first here in the second, trailing 15-8. And the Mavericks come the other way, and Maddie Muntz about to check back into the game for Mead. Savannah Gribbling hands it off over to Abby Glenn. Glenn on the outside right to Cloak. Holding the ball up high. Cloak against Christensen. Over to Gribbling. Back on the high left. Here is Abby Glenn. Again, dribbling towards midcourt, so they are far away, not from the basket, from the three-point line. Cloak about 6 feet behind the line. Straight away to Gribbling. Guarded by Griffith. And we have another offensive foul. Wow, they're trying to set screens. And 2 possessions in a row, they've been unsuccessful. And that's Haley Martinez again. And those are also turnovers. And that's 7 turnovers now on Mead. So here come the Mustangs. But again, they need some offense here. Still trailing by 7. Griffith with a 5-on-4. Bounce pass right corner to Christensen. But the defender catches up for Mead. Christensen back out to Griffith on the high right towards the top. Overhead pass. I don't know what she was trying to do there. There was so much traffic and it went through everybody. She was trying to get it to Frasco, but there was nothing there. That's just not a good play by a senior. And a 30-second timeout called by Mead. It's 15-8. I know you want to make a play, but wow. That pass behind the three-point line, and Frasco was covered by 2 players down low. And that would have been a perfect threading of the needle if it could have been pulled off, but instead it results in Fort Morgan's 9th turnover. Mead does have 7. In the second quarter, Mead with a 15-8 lead, and Mead has not scored in the quarter. The Mustangs have the only points of the quarter. Let's reset the lineup now. Numero Longo into the game for Fort Morgan, along with Allie Bauman and Maddie Griffith. Whitney Frasco and Allie Christensen. It's Sarah Cloak, Maddie Muntz, Abby Glenn, Savannah Gribbling, and the inbounds passer Haley Martinez with 2 fouls for Mead with 3:49 to go before halftime. And here's Gribbling met by Griffith just beyond midcourt. Looks for a pick, hands it off to Glenn. No pick was set. On the high right for Cloak. Cloak against Numero Longo, dribbling towards the corner. Lob down low for Glenn. She turns, she banks, she misses. And there's a tie for the rebound, but that's going to be a foul there on Numero Longo. She got her across the wrist. The first foul committed by Fort Morgan in the game. And back into the game is Maddox Boston in for Haley Martinez, who's got 2 fouls. And Cloak to throw it in for Mead. Cloak inside for Glenn. She banks and she misses. She gets it right back, and she's fouled by Frasco. Boy, the Mustangs are not boxing her out at all. I mean, that is 6 rebounds already for Abby Glenn. They've got to get a body on her. Abby Glenn to the line with 3.5 to go, and the free throw is up, and it's short. First free throw is taken by a Mead Maverick. Autumn Wheatley made 2 free throws for Fort Morgan in the opening quarter. Second free throw upcoming. And that one's in the air. That looks better, and it's perfect. Mead 16, Fort Morgan 8. Lauren Keller for the Mustangs on the outside left, dribbling left to the lane. Then the ball was stripped away, and here comes Mead the other way. Here's a pass to Gribbling in the lane, puts it up and in. Little 5-footer for number 5, Gribbling. They convert the turnover into points. It's 18-8 Mead. 3:12 to go, second quarter. Wheatley, bounce pass right corner for Frasco, left-handed dribble into the lane to Keller. He backs up 15-footer, and it's off the lip of the rim, and no good. Keller grabs a rebound, dribbles, puts it up, and that one's partially blocked. Keller is tied up with Abby Glenn for the basketball possession arrow, Fort Morgan. And Christensen to trigger it in. Mary Marr back into the game for Mead. 2:58 to go, second quarter. Mead leads by 10. They scored the first 13 points of the game. Lob on the outside left to Wheatley. Here's Keller in the right corner. Christensen dribbles to her left behind the three-point line. Feeds it straight away to Keller. Back on the outside left to Wheatley. Bounce pass in the lane to Mar-a-Lago. Right corner. Christensen, three in the air, and it's off the back of the rim. And the ball is loose. It's grabbed by Sarah Cloak, her first rebound. Cloak on the outlet to Maddox Boston with 2:36 to go, second quarter. Mead 18, Fort Morgan 8 on the high right to Cloak, picked up by New Mar-a-Lago, and she was on the baseline. That turnover for Mead is their 8th. Mustangs looking for some offense here. Only 7 points combined in the quarter, 4 by Fort Morgan and 3 by the Mavericks. Maddie Griffith about to check back in for Fort Morgan. Keller on the high left-handed dribble. On the outside right, Wheatley, wide open three, and it hit nothing but glass. Abby Glenn grabs her 7th rebound. And here's Mary Marr setting up the offense, calling out the play for Mead. Hands it off to Glenn. Glenn on the high right to Maddie Muntz. Right of the lane, off the hands of Odell, and it's intercepted by Lauren Keller. Keller at midcourt feeds it right side to Wheatley. Wheatley into the paint. Wheatley bounce pass left corner. Christensen three, and that's no good. And the strong side rebound is grabbed by Bailey Odell. There's the long pass to Boston all the way. Scoops it up, and she missed it. Excellent defense here by Lauren Keller, who grabs a rebound, and Keller is fouled in the backcourt. And that's the way the Mustangs stay in the game, because they're not generating much offense, but defensively, they're certainly playing well. And the foul was committed by Abby Glenn, the leading scorer. Griffith, Pelton, and Kelsey Klaus will check into the game. Keller will take a free throw, hopefully a second. It's the front end of a 1-and-1, 17 foul for the Mavericks. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living in Colorado. Not just a bank in Colorado, Bank of Colorado. Proud supporter of local sports and academics, and the free throw is in and out. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded nicely by Pelton, resetting the offense. Here is Keller at the top, back on the high right to Griffith. She traveled. That is turnover number 11 for Fort Morgan. Mead does have 9 in the game. But again, they've been more successful in the offensive end with an 18-8 lead. On the outside right, Maddie Muntz has the basketball. Right of the lane to Odell. Dribbles into the paint. Bounce pass was kicked by Griffith. Mead retains possession underneath the basket on the offensive end with 1:28 to go. Muntz gets it in. Back out to Boston. Boston lobs it right corner. Marr fakes the three. Now to Boston, right wing three. But we have a whistle. It's going to be a traveling violation. Again, can Fort Morgan just do something on offense here? That would go a long way. With 1:15 to go in the second. Keller left corner for Wheatley. Bounce pass inside. Again, she had no angle there to Klaus. It was tipped away and intercepted. You got to wonder, there was nothing there, but trying to force passes, and it results in the 12th turnover for the Mustangs. Here's Glenn the other way on the outside left for Boston. Lob down low for Glenn. She dribbles, banks, and she missed too strong, but the putback is up and in by Maddie Muntz. Mead leads by 12. 48 seconds to go, second quarter. Griffith, free throw line, jump pass. Wheatley, left baseline, penetrates, puts it up, and she's fouled as she misses. Strong move to the rack by Autumn Wheatley, and she'll go to the line for Fort Morgan. And I think that was Maddie Muntz who committed the foul. That's her second. And Autumn Wheatley will shoot two. She made 2 free throws in the opening quarter. Muntz bends, shoots, and Autumn Wheatley, shoots the other 14. She connects. And the Mustangs trail by 11, 20-9. Second free throw for the junior, Autumn Wheatley. And that's up, and that is in. She's 4 for 4 for the stripe. Mustangs to within 10. Griffith is out. Emma Wolf is in. With 43.2 seconds to go before halftime. Maddox, Boston. Across the timeline, met by Wheatley. Hands it off to Glenn. Back on the high right to Maddie Muntz. Muntz guarded by Klaus. Straight away, here is Boston. Against Wheatley. Outside left to Marr. Spinning left baseline. All the way. She slams into Keller. and that's going to be an offensive foul. Another charge there taken beautifully by Keller. Barr with her second foul. Turnover number 11. Boy, it'd be so big for the Mustangs to get another hoop here before the break and make this a single-digit game. Here is Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley to Lauren Keller. Keller dribbles towards the top of the three-point circle, maintains the dribble, right side to Wheatley. Now back to Pelton, right of the lane. Jump pass, intended for Keller. Intercepted by Glenn, 2-on-2. Over to Boston. She hooks it up and in with the right hand to the left of the basket. 5 seconds to go. Keller with 4. Keller with 3. Into the lane. And she puts it up and she's fouled as she misses with 0.2 of a second to go. Keller went coast to coast and she'll go to the line. Foul was committed by Mary Marr. That's her third. And Lauren Keller to shoot 2. With Fort Morgan down by 12, and the free throw is up, and that's off to the right. Second free throw coming up for the junior. Lauren Keller bends, shoots, and scores. And that'll be the final. Yeah, they can't get off a shot with 0.2 of a second to go. That'll be it to close out the quarter. Both teams scored 7 points in that second quarter, so the Mustangs made some headway for a while. But then in the end there, it was Mead pulling away before Lauren Keller hit that free throw. We have played 16 minutes of basketball in the first of 2 with the score. Mead 22, Fort Morgan 11. 3 minutes. We return in 3 minutes on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Let's set the lineup for the Mustangs as we head to the third quarter. It is Mead 22, Fort Morgan 11. They've got to get off to a better start than they did in the game, which was a disaster. Down 13-0 before Autumn Wheatley had 2 free throws with just over a minute to go. If that happens again, then this game could be over quick. But the Mustangs did respond nicely. Lauren Keller, Maddie Griffith, Autumn Wheatley, Whitney Frasco, and Allie Christensen. For the Mavericks, Haley Martinez, Sarah Cloak, Savannah Gribbling, Abby Glenn, and Maddie Muntz. Haley Martinez to throw it in for Mead. Why is the music still going? Into the front court with the basketball. On the outside right is Glenn. Yeah, play started and they were still playing the music. On the outside left to Gribbling. Dribbling towards the top. Picks up the dribble on the high left to Maddie Muntz. Muntz swings it back out to Cloak. Again, not too many fouls committed in the first half, only 2 by Fort Morgan. Down low for Glenn. She turns, banks, and misses. A strong rebound there for Allie Christensen. Yeah, a lot more fouls committed by Mead. They had 10 in the opening half. Left of the lane, all the way, scooping and scoring a drive to the basket is Lauren Keller. She had an open lane. And Keller took advantage. She got the back of the rim and it went down. Keller with 5. The Mustangs to within 9, 22-13, 7:10 to go, third quarter. Maddie Muntz in the high left against Christensen. Kicks it back out of the bounce to Cloak. Mustangs in a man-to-man cross-court pass poked away by Griffith, but retrieved by Cloak. Yeah, Fort Morgan has the athleticism to stay with this team on a player-to-player, I should say. Savannah Gribbling towards the top against Griffith, looking for a pick, maintains a dribble. With her left hand on the high left to Muntz. Muntz against Christensen. Straight away to Cloak. They're taking their time with 6:41 to go. Lob down low for Muntz. She turns, and that shot's partially blocked. I think Keller might have got a hand on it. And Whitney Frasco has the basketball. Now here's Maddie Griffith. And that was only about a 2-foot look there by Maddie Muntz. Near the left corner, dribbling to her right is Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley picks up the dribble. Nearly traveled. Got to watch out there. On the high right for Griffith. In the corner, here is Whitney Frasco. Bounce pass down low for Christensen. Poked at a bounce by Muntz. Fort Morgan retains possession. And Christensen to throw it in the front court to the left of the basket. Allie lobs it in back out to Griffith. Dribbles right of the lane, picks up the dribble. Bounce pass straight away off the hand of Keller. And it's intercepted by Glenn. inside, and the shot is made by Gribbling from Glenn on the left-handed layup, and it's 6 points for Gribbling. And the lead is back up to 11, 24-13. 5:57 to go, third quarter. Lob left baseline for Wheatley. Dribbles left of the lane, picks up the dribble, and then had the ball stripped away. Turnover number 15 for Fort Morgan. Here's Haley Martinez the other way for Mead. On the high right, hands it off for Glenn behind the three-point line. Glenn at the top now for Cloak. Left side Martinez, wide open three-pointers off the lip of the rim, and the ball is bouncing, and it's rebounded there on two hops by Savannah Gribbling on the high right. She'll reset the offense. Yeah, Glenn and Keller went for the basketball, and they kind of both deflected it. It took a wild hop. Here's Martinez in the high right. Lob down low for Muntz. Christensen in the air, and she misses off the bottom of the rim, but a foul. Let's see if that was Allie who committed the foul for Fort Morgan. It would be her first. Nope, it's Lauren Keller with her first. And Maddie Muntz to shoot two. 5:16 to go in the third. Fill up your cooler. Gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, and the free throw is in. Mead leads by a dozen, 25-13. Second free throw for Maddie Muntz is up, and that's in. Doubling up Fort Morgan at 26-13. Griffith for the Mustangs. On the outside right, still looking, back out over to Keller. Left wing over to Autumn Wheatley, straight away to Keller. Right side, Griffith behind the three-point line. Bounce pass right corner. There is Christensen. Backs it out to Griffith. Oh, it's going to go in the back court. It's an over and back. Fort Morgan reestablishing the pattern of sloppiness in the offensive end. 3 turnovers in the quarter, 16 in the game. They're down 25-13 against Mead, which is on an 8-game losing streak. Inbounds pass to Cloak. Cloak back out to Martinez on the high right, guarded by Wheatley. Hands it off on the right side to Gribbling against Maddie Griffith. On the right wing, here's Abby Glenn against Keller. Glenn with a left-handed dribble, lobs it right of the lane. Here is Cloak all the way, puts it up and in, and the Mustangs could not cut her off, and Cloak scores. And all of a sudden, this is a 6-0 run for Mead. They lead by 15 with 4:27 to go in the third. Timeout. Mitch Elrick will take it with him. 4:26 to go, third quarter. Mead 28, Fort Morgan 13 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Lauren Keller gets it into Maddie Griffith, 28-13 Mead, 4:21 to go in the third. Griffith back out to Keller. Over to Griffith, right of the paint. In the right corner for Christensen with a left-handed dribble. Lob towards Griffith. Off her left hand, retrieves it towards midcourt. Now Griffith puts up a wild runner, misses, got glass, and it got rim. Abby Glenn with a rebound. That's her 8th. On the outlet to Gribbling. Gribbling on the high left to Haley Martinez, and Mead is in no hurry of even getting off a shot just beyond midcourt as Muntz. 3:55 to go, third quarter. Mead 28, Fort Morgan 13. Mustangs have committed more turnovers and points that they've scored. 16 turnovers, 13 points. Down low, Gribbling, right baseline, fade, shoots, and misses. It's an air ball. Whitney Frasco has it for Fort Morgan. Missed it on the right baseline. On the outlet to Griffith. Fort Morgan got to get the offense going. Only 2 points in the quarter. On the high left to Autumn Wheatley. Cross-court pass to Griffith. Bounce pass, right baseline, kicked out of bounds by Sarah Cloak. Here comes Numera Longo along with Bauman. Lauren Keller leads Fort Morgan with 5 points. And Keller to throw it in three-quarters court. Over to Griffith, just beyond the timeline. Griffith swings it cross court towards Keller. Cut off by Glenn. She's going to go all the way, lay it up and in to the right of the basket. 17 turnovers for Fort Morgan. And Abby Glenn has got 7 in the game. It's 30-13. In the left corner, Bauman. Bounce pass back out to Keller. Keller behind the three-point line, into the lane, puts it up, and that's blocked by Maddie Muntz. And taken away by Muntz. Long pass to Glenn. She's going to lay it up and off the bottom of the rim. Nice defensive play. Numera Longo comes away with the basketball. Here's Fort Morgan the other way. Maddie Griffith, 2:45 to go in the third. 30-13 Mead. Over to Keller on the outside left to Bauman. Then she threw a pass that was intended for Numera Longo, but Numera Longo was closer to the free throw line than she was to the baseline, and it goes out of bounds. 18 turnovers for the Mustangs. And Mead has possession of the basketball. I'm not sure. This could be the worst game that I've seen him play this year. And we got a foul in the front court. There's a push on Allie Bauman. Yeah, considering this opponent is on an 8-game losing streak and down by 17, you're still waiting for Fort Morgan to make a big run in this game. Maddox Boston into the game to throw it in from three-quarters court. Lob inside, intercepted by Keller. Here comes Keller the other way. It's a 3-on-3, middle of the lane, all the way. She puts it up and in! Off the glass to the right of the basket. Lauren Keller, 4 in the quarter. Unfortunately, those are the only points Fort Morgan has in the quarter. And we're down to 2:18 to go. 30-15 Mead. Again, we're in the third quarter. On the high left, Maddie Muntz with the basketball. Lobs it down low for Glenn, turns, shoots, misses, and the ball is tipped up a couple of times, and Allie Bauman has it for the Mustangs. Let's see if they can put together a short run. Bauman into the front court, lobs it outside left for Wolf. Wolf is going to have to spin it back out on the dribble, and then that ball was kicked. There was no whistle. Looked like it was kicked, but apparently it wasn't picked up by Marr. Wide open underneath is Boston. She banks and scores. 18th turnover, make it 19 for the Mustangs. It's 32-15, minute 43 to go in the third. I guess it was with another part of her body. And Bauman throws another pass intended for Numera Longo well over her left hand out of bounds. And that was still a force either way. You got to control the tempo here, just make smart passes. And instead, 20 turnovers for the Mustangs. 32-15. With a minute 32 to go. At the top, Boston with a basketball. Hands it off to Marr. 2-on-1. Bounce pass down low for Cloak. She feeds Muntz and she banks it in from 5 feet away. To the left of the basket. Maddie Muntz with 8 points in the game. And this is turning into a significant rout right now. 19-point lead, and Bauman is stripped. Picked up by Numera Longo, and she puts it up and misses off the bottom of the rim. Picked up by Maddie Muntz. Here is Marr the other way with a minute 7 to go in the right corner. She's double-teamed, nearly tied up. Swings it back out to Cloak. Cloak into the lane, all the way, off the glass, back rimmed it, no. And the rebound is into the hands of Lauren Keller. That's her third board. Keller, left-hander dribble, 53 seconds to go. Keller then is fouled in the paint as she was driving to the basket. Mead has committed their second foul of the third quarter, and that one is on Abby Glenn, her third. Nope, they're going to say it's on Odell. Check that. Bailey Odell just checked in. Bauman to throw it in. Kelsey Klaus back into the game along with Pelton. There's the lob. Left of the lane to Pelton. She puts it up partially blocked. And the ball is taken away by Maddox Boston. Boston wants to run. Boston all the way. He misses the shot, partially blocked by Fort Morgan. Keller tries to save it in as the ball is loose. It's pinballed around into the hands of Mary Marr. Cross-court pass to Martinez. Lob down low for Dell. She puts it up, and that is blocked, but a foul, a late whistle. I thought Emma Wolf had a good piece of the basketball. Let's see if she's the one who's going to be picking up the foul here. Nope, it's going to be Bauman instead. That's her second foul. Keller might have a, I don't know if it's a blood issue or what, but Griffith about to check back into the game with 33 and a half seconds to go, and the free throw by Bailey Odell is in the air, and that's short. Mustangs down by 19. And this, Fort Morgan's not having a productive season from a one-loss standpoint, but even this is stunning at this point. That free throw is short, and the rebound is taken on a hop by Maddie Griffith, her third. 28 seconds to go. Griffith crosses the timeline all the way, scoops it up and around and off to the right. Kelsey Klaus with a rebound, dribbles, turns, and that's partially blocked. Picked up by Bauman. She misses. Picked up by Emma Wolf. Her shot is up and in on the right baseline by Emma Wolf. Little 5-footer. Fort Morgan had lots of opportunities, and finally they were able to score. 34-17, 6 seconds to go. Martinez, three, is off the back of the rim. Rebound, put back is up and in by Bailey Odell as the quarter expires. Not a good one for the Mustangs. They were down by 11 at the break. They trail by 19 after 3. It's Mead 36, Fort Morgan 17. A 1-minute break on B106 and B106.com. Let's head to the fourth quarter. Mead 36, Fort Morgan 17 in Longmont. Maddie Griffith is going to put up a little 10-footer, and that's missed. And the putback is missed by Frasco straight away. And Maddie Muntz has her 8th rebound for Mead. They're in control of this game, up by 19. And Haley Martinez into the front court on the high left of Sarah Cloak. Cloak with the basketball against Frasco. Right side to Glenn. Glenn feeds it back out to Martinez, guarded by Wheatley. Mustangs have committed 3 fouls in this second half, and they're right on top of these players. The lob inside for Martinez, off her hands, out of bounds. Turnover for Mead is their 13th. They only had 1 in that quarter. Fort Morgan 1 week ago played a really, really superior opponent in Berthoud, but played an excellent game. Lost by 16. Keller puts it up and in. Little 15-footer for Lauren Keller on the left wing. She's had a nice game. 9 points to go along with 3 rebounds. 36-19. Here's Glenn trapped in the backcourt. Jump pass to Martinez. Now front court pass to Cloak. Cloak against Frasco. Spinning across the timeline. Poked out of bounds by Maddie Griffith. And even though Berthoud is a top 10 team, Fort Morgan played them very well a week ago. If they played even close to that in this game, this would be a really good game. But unfortunately against Mead, they're down by 17 as Mead has called a timeout. They were to within 7 in the opening quarter, 15-8, but since then, this has been a double-digit lead throughout for the Mavericks. And they've got to figure something out. Crystal clear ice, good for any drink, any time of year. AC Ice at any local grocery or convenience store in Northeast Colorado today. Christensen, Griffith, Keller, Wheatley, and Pelton for Fort Morgan. Savannah Gribbling, Sarah Cloak, along with Haley Martinez, Maddie Muntz, and Bailey Glenn for the Mavericks. They'll throw it in three-quarters court. And Cloak to trigger it in, 6:55 to go in the game. Mead 36, Fort Morgan 19. And the bounce pass is poked away, and it's intercepted on the high left by Allie Christensen. Straight away, behind the back bounce pass over to Griffith. Griffith picks up the dribble in the right corner for Christensen, takes the 3, and that's in and out. And the ball is tipped right into the hands of Maddie Muntz, her 9th rebound. And then Wheatley stripped it away, but she couldn't save it in. And retaining possession is Mead. On the outside left, Cloak with the basketball. Back out towards Haley Martinez. And we're at 6:25 to go in the game. Still a 17-point lead for the Mavericks. Glenn with the basketball. Lob towards the top to Cloak. Picked up by Pelton on the outside right to Martinez. Lob down low for Muntz against Christensen. Turns, banks, misses. She gets the rebound, puts it up and in. Maddie Muntz now has a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. 38-19, 6:03 to go. Griffith bounce pass in the lane. Pelton turns, banks, and scores. Destiny Pelton put up a couple of shots in this. I think 3 shots in this game. She's got 4 points. 38-21, 5:52 to go. And nearly a strip by Griffith in the front court against Savannah Gribbling. Crossover dribble on the right wing for Gribbling. Maintains a dribble. Ooh, she nearly palmed that basketball. On the right wing, back out to Glenn. Glenn straight away. Here's Sarah Cloak against Pelton. Bounce pass right side. Martinez down low for Glenn. Back out to Martinez. She'll take the 3. She'll make the 3. Haley Martinez with her second triple of the game, and the lead is 20 for Mead. 41-21, 5:23 to go in the game. Griffith right of the paint, tries to squeeze by 2. Jump ball, a tie-up situation. It goes to Mead. And here comes Emma Wolf supplanting Autumn Wheatley. Yeah, this will turn out to be perhaps the most disappointing loss of the year for Fort Morgan, down by 20. Here is Cloak all the way, left baseline, double team, back out to Glenn. Glenn with the basketball straight away. Here's Savannah Gribbling against Griffith. Retreats towards the timeline. Dribbles to her right, back out to Muntz behind the three-point line, guarded by Christensen. Maddie Muntz bounce pass. Straight away to Cloak. Cloak near the right corner to Martinez. Dribbles to her left against Emma Wolf. We're under 5 minutes to go in the game. Mead 41, Fort Morgan 21. Haley Martinez lobs it down low, but Abby Glenn was nowhere close to the basketball, and it sails out of bounds. That is turnover number 15, but only 4 in the second half here for Mead. And Nomera Longo's into the game. Christensen and Griffith out. Also back in for Fort Morgan is Allie Bauman. Here is Bauman. Dribbling to her right, bounce pass, right corner for Wolf, bounce pass inside for Pelton, and the ball was stripped away. Now it's loose near midcourt and picked up by Bauman, and then that ball, she tried to bounce it towards Keller. It's intercepted, and a hard foul. Boy, Savannah Gribbling went down hard. Pelton committed the foul as she missed the layup. Well, I'm glad she wasn't hurt. That could have been ugly. And now the officials, that's not an intentional foul. She went for the ball. That was a clean play there by Destiny Pelton, even though I think they wanted it an intentional. And that sometimes happens when the ball is loose all over the place. Then you have a player ahead of the field once the traffic has been temporarily cleared, and then a trailer catches up, and Gribbling missed a free throw off the back of the rim. It's been that type of game for the Mustangs. 4.5 to go, down by 20. Second free throw for Gribbling, and that one is in and out, and the rebound by Munn. She dribbles, she puts it up, and that's blocked by Pelton, and then it's taken away by Destiny Pelton. Nice job. With 4:19 to go, but again, Fort Morgan is down 41-21. Allie Bauman, left-handed dribble behind the three-point line. Cross court to Wolf. Wolf right of the lane, lost the basketball, then kind of bounces it over to Keller. Keller on the high right, back out to Wolf. Wolf with a right-handed dribble, bounce pass straight away to Bauman. Bauman to her right, bounce pass right corner. Keller three is up, and that's in and out. And the ball is rebounded on one hop to Sarah Cloak. Good look there by Keller. It was halfway down. Now to Glenn, left baseline, bounce pass to Munson. She's fouled as she misses. Keller committed the foul her second. Fort Morgan did not get back on defense there. And this will be 2 free throws for Maddie Muntz. Maddie Muntz with 10 points and 11 rebounds tonight. Free throws upcoming, and that's in. Maddie Griffith checks back in for Lauren Keller. This boys' game will start on time, if not a tad early. But I think they can't start it too early. Second free throw, yes. 43-21, full timeout called by Mead. We'll take it with them. 3:47 to go in the game. Mead leads by 22 in Longmont on B106 and B106.com. With 3:47 to go, Fort Morgan trying to close this game out strong. It will be a loss down by 22. Emma Wolf with the basketball in the right corner. Into the lane to Bauman. Jump pass to Nomera Longo. She banks it in. There you go, Mustangs. Nice look there by Allie Bauman as Nomera Longo scores off the glass her first points. 43-23. And there's a foul in the backcourt by Maddie Griffith. The Savannah Gribbling was handling the basketball. Griffith's first foul, the team's 6th. And who knows, maybe Coach Elrick wants to extend the game a bit. But at this point, I mean, you need so many stops and so many missed free throws. It's going to be really difficult for Fort Morgan to get within striking distance. If they get to within 10, and now Griffith commits another foul, I guess that's what they're going to do here. 17 foul. They're going to force this team to miss free throws. And Coach Elrick is doing this rather early. He knows if he doesn't do it now, then Mead can just take the air out of the basketball and there won't be enough time left. However, you've got to convert on the offensive end. Committing fouls and putting them on the line is all good if you can score when you have the ball, and the Gribbling free throw is in. She had missed 2 moments ago, and now she makes it. And it's a 44-23 Mead lead. Second free throw for the sophomore is up, and that's back-rimmed. However, Maddie Muntz going for the rebound. It's poked out of bounds by, is it Pelton or Muntz? I think they're going to give it to Fort Morgan, yes. Yep, it's off Muntz. And Mead will back up, but Fort Morgan's got to score on virtually every possession. Maddie Griffith, 3:19 to go, right of the lane, and then she's tripped up. Second team foul. And that's committed by Sarah Cloker first. Christensen and Wheatley back in. Christensen is the big three-point threat. Allie's been limited to 2 points tonight. She's missed all her threes, I believe only taken about 3 of those. Bauman to trigger it in. Bauman still looking, lobs it towards the timeline to Griffith. Overhead pass Christensen, straight away three is off the front of the rim, and Maddie Muntz grabs her 12th rebound. There's the outlet to Gribbling, and the ball stripped out of bounds by Griffith, but retaining possession is Mead with 3:08 to go. And again, that was a great look by Alley, but couldn't knock it down. And I think this is going to be the strategy. Mead's going to get the ball, and Fort Morgan's going to foul. Inbounds pass to Glenn. Glenn in the backcourt. Wheatley right there. Back underneath her own basket to Cloak. Cloak double team, has to get rid of it. Dribbles along the baseline. Jump pass to Gribbling, and we've got an offensive foul. After the pass was released, Wheatley went down. Cloak commits the foul. That is turnover number 16 for Mead. Fort Morgan basketball with 2:58 to go, down 44-23. Numerolongo is out. It's Keller, Griffith, Christensen, Pelton, and Wheatley. Griffith to Keller on the left wing. And she's bumped by Bailey Glenn. 14th foul. Glenn commits her third. And now we have a timeout. Boy, this could be extended quite a bit. Hopefully we'll start on time, but we'll keep it right here. 2:52 to go. These seconds are taking much longer to tick off with the number of fouls that have been committed here in the last minute of play. Fort Morgan down 44-23. Lauren Keller has 9 points to lead Fort Morgan, and nobody else is even close. Wheatley and Pelton with 4. Wolf, Christensen, and Numerolongo with 2. And despite the fact the Mustangs are down by 21, only one player in double figures for Mead, and that's Maddie Muntz. Really nice game for her with 12 points and 12 rebounds. Mead called the timeout. They're out of the huddle first. Martinez, Glenn, Muntz, Gribbling, and Cloak. And again, the Mustangs are going to need some productivity here from the big three, so to speak, and Griffith, Christensen, and Keller. These are the leading scorers for the Mustangs all season. Keller gets it into Griffith. Griffith at the top, crossover dribble, jump pass is poked at a bounce by Glenn, intended for Keller. They've thrown that same pass other times in the game, and they've committed turnovers off of that. Wheatley to throw it in. Only 2 seconds ticked off. Here's Bailey Odell checking in for Sarah Cloak. Boy, I'd like to see this game progress a little bit faster. It's really slowed down right now. Here's Maddie Griffith at the top. Bounce pass high right for Keller. Dribbles into the paint all the way off the glass, and then strong move by Lauren Keller. She could do that almost every time. She was unimpeded to the basket. Lob in the backcourt off the right hand of Sarah Cloak, out of bounds. They couldn't handle the Mustang pressure. 5th turnover of the quarter. But again, 2:34 to go, and Fort Morgan is down 19. Let's see if Keller, who's going to throw it in, will somehow take it to the rack. There's the lob pass, terrible pass, intended for Wheatley, intercepted by Glenn. She'll lay it up, too strong, and the rebound, and there's a foul. Gribbling got the rebound. She was fouled by a Mustang. Yeah, that was just a pass that was not there. And Glenn, who's very tall and rangy, cut it off. Destiny Pelton committed the foul. Fort Morgan with another turnover, their 23rd. Pelton with her 2nd foul. And to the line is Savannah Gribbling. She's only 1 out of 4. Free throw is in. Lead back up to 20. Yeah, Keller was trying to get that towards the top of the three-point circle or near it, and boy, you could see Glenn cutting that off easily. 2nd free throw, nothing but net. 46-25, 2:25 to go. Maddie Griffith on the outside, left to Keller towards the top. Now to Griffith, right wing 3 is good for Maddie Griffith. Believe it or not, her first points of the game. Mustangs trying to come up with a turnover, but the front court pass to Gribbling, 3-on-2. Gribbling's going to back it out. Savannah Gribbling near midcourt, nearly fouled by Griffith. 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's Maddie Munson. Christensen trying to foul her, and she does with 1:58 to go. So 46-28. Fort Morgan making a dent on the scoreboard. 19th foul. You got to get him to miss a free throw. Maddox Boston and Mary Marr about to check back in. And here's Maddie Muntz to the line. For Mead, free throw is line drived and good. Muntz now with 13 of the game, 47-28. Emma Wolf checks in for Autumn Wheatley. Muntz to attempt the second free throw. That is up, and that's perfect. Mead has done a nice job for the line here. Griffith the other way. Griffith right of the lane, slams into Muntz, and a defensive foul as she misses. Muntz can't believe it. Maddie Griffith will go to the line. And now I think Mitch Elrick's going to call full timeout. And for Maddie Muntz, that's her third. Let's take the timeout with him. Timeout on the floor. 1:52 to go in the game. Mead 48, Fort Morgan 28 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. 2 free throws. Oh no, they're going to say Maddie Griffith was not in the act of shooting. I guess they changed that call because that's not what they had earlier. Allie Christensen gets it in. Now to Keller, back to Christensen, straight away to Keller. Mustangs down by 20. Now to Keller in the right corner. Now Christensen puts it up, and that's short. She misses a 3. Tie-up for the rebound between Odell and Pelton, and that stays with the Mustangs. With 1:40 to go in the front court. Maddie Griffith to throw it in, lobs it outside right for Christensen, dribbles into the lane. She pulls up a 14-footer, back rimmed it, and there's the ball is loose near midcourt, and it's picked up by Maddox Boston of Mead with 1:27 to go. And now Keller's going to commit the foul with 1:25 to go. I mean, this is, it's a 20-point lead. You're going to make it worse. Third foul on Keller. Again, it's good to foul, but you got to score on the offensive end. It's not happening. So Mary Marr to attempt 2 free throws and a double bonus. The free throw is in. 49-28 Mead. Second free throw upcoming. Mead has attempted now 12 free throws in the quarter, and that one's short. And the rebound is into the hands of Lauren Keller, her fourth. Keller with 1:22 to go. In the right corner for Wolf, dribbles to her left. Wolf back out to Keller. Keller dribbles to her right, and then she lost control of the basketball. And a foul as it's picked up by Bailey Odell. Keller with her fourth. Odell will go to the line to shoot a couple. And Mead could take their biggest lead of the game. It's already right now at 21. So they've matched their biggest advantage with 73 seconds to go. Yeah, this is a rough performance here by the Mustangs against a team on an 8-game losing streak, and the free throw by Odell is up, and that's off to the right. Second free throw's upcoming, and a player not on the roster's end of the game here for Mead. Mary Marr's now out of the game. Odell again. And that one's up, and that's in. 50-28. Maddie Griffith, 1:09 to go. Griffith right of the lane, all the way off the glass, and she's fouled. I don't know why Mead's doing that. That doesn't make any sense for the Mavericks, up by 22 and fouling with 1:07 to go. But Maddie Griffith, a strong, aggressive move. She'll take it. Maddie Muntz commits her fourth. Yeah, at this point, you don't let her score, but you don't commit the foul. And the Griffith free throw is good. Maddie's got 4 points all in the quarter. Now, I could understand Fort Morgan fouling more than I could understand Mead fouling. Free throw is in. 50-30, 7 to go. In the backcourt, Maddox Boston with a basketball. Overhead pass towards Glenn. Glenn into the front court on the right side. Feeds it to the guard, not on the roster. Lost the ball. Griffith picks it up. The bounce pass to Keller. Keller all the way to Wolf. Wolf all the way. Puts it up and around it off to the right. Boy, she missed it. And the rebound is controlled by Maddox Boston. And then Maddie Griffith knocks the ball out of bounds. 46.4 to go. Let's see if Fort Morgan backs off a bit. No, they're going to pressure. But are they going to commit a foul, which quite frankly at this point, they didn't commit a foul against Berthoud when they were down 16 in the final 40 seconds. Front court pass is taken by Boston. Boston all the way lays it up and she missed it. And the rebound to Emma Wolf. Emma Wolf with her second board. Mustangs trying to score once again. 34 seconds to go. Maddie all the way puts it up and she missed it. Got nothing but rim, and there's a tie for the rebound between Pelton and Maddie Muntz. Possession arrow to Mead. 30.9 seconds to go. This has been a very long fourth quarter. Abby Glenn, to throw it in the backcourt to Muntz. Muntz is triple teamed. Overhead pass to Glenn. Glenn across the timeline. Down to 23 to go. In the left corner, down low for Muntz. She banks and scores. Boy, they did try to score and they got it in there. Muntz has 8 1/4 because Fort Morgan is pressuring. Here is Griffith on the outside left. Christensen 3. That's way off to the left. Into the hands of Pelton. 4 seconds to go. Her shot is blocked. Emma Wolf picks it up. And right baseline, Griffith, 10-footer, yes. That will count for Maddie Griffith. Got to give her the points there. Yep. But the Mustangs lose by 20. 52-32, the final score. As Fort Morgan loses their 7th in a row. Let's take a 3-minute break. We're back in 3 minutes. Mead 52, Fort Morgan 32 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Mustang Post Game Show brought to you by Morgan Community College, there to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Well, lots of noise now in the gym, but unfortunately for the Mustangs, they couldn't create enough of their own noise and momentum as they were drilled by the Mead Mavericks tonight, 52-32. Mead scored the first 13 points of the game, led throughout by double digits, and they snap an 8-game losing streak. Fort Morgan's lost their 7th in a row. Mead was up 15-4 after 1, and then both teams scored 7 points in the second quarter, as it was 22-11, Fort Morgan trailing by 11 at that point. Mead then put together a 14-6 third quarter and outscored the Mustangs 16-15 in the fourth to win by 20. Visiting Mustangs were led by Lauren Keller with 11 points, 7 for Maddie Griffith. Autumn Wheatley with 4, and 4 players had 2 points in the game. Emma Wolf, Allie Christensen, Clementina Numerolongo, and Destiny Pelton. 8 players in the scoring column for Mead. 16 points for Maddie Muntz. 9 in the game for Savannah Gribbling. And then 7 for Abby Glenn. 6 apiece for Haley Martinez and Maddox Boston. 4 points for Sarah Cloak. Bailey Odell had 3. And 1 free throw for Mary Marr. At the free throw line, Mead was 12 out of 20, 60%. Mustangs took only 8 free throws, but did make 7 in the game. As for the rebounding totals, Mead had 30 in the game, 12 by Maddie Muntz. Fort Morgan had 21, 4 by Frasco and 4 by Keller. 24 turnovers for Fort Morgan. They had 13 in the opening half, 11 in the second half, so it got only a little bit better. Mead had 18 in the game, 11 turnovers in the first half and 7 in the second. With a victory, Mead improves to 3-10 in the Tri-Valley, 6-14 overall, and the Mustangs are 1-13 in league play, 5-16 on the season with 2 games remaining. Saturday at home against Frederick, and then a week from tomorrow to close out the regular season in Johnstown against the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Time for the Mustang Player of the Game, brought to you by Transwest. Transwest believes that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. It's Transwest, and today it's a no-brainer. Lauren Keller, the player of the game, with 11 points and 4 rebounds. She provided a little bit of a spark for the Mustangs, even though they needed a lot more than that. But they never got back into this game. And I'd have to say, 1 week after playing a fabulous game and a 16-point loss against a top 10 team in Berthoud at Fort Morgan, again, in all the games I've done this season, I think they played their worst game of the year. This Mead team has lots of holes, and yet Fort Morgan lost by 20. Didn't see it coming, but it happens in sports. All right, we'll take another 3-minute break, and we'll start the boys' game. We will do that with the starting lineups. Fort Morgan boys against Mead right after this on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com.